Some stuff I didn't actually expect us to get tonight, but we got more Link Vrains news. So we got 5 new cards. And yeah, so first up here is the Union Carrier, the freaking long-awaited Union monster support. So it's 2 monsters with the same type or attribute. So keep that in mind. Cannot be used as Link material during the turn it was Link summoned. Ha! The good lines. So you can target one face-up monster you control, equip one monster with the same original type or attribute as that target from your hand or deck to it with this effect, and it gains 1,000 attack. That's pretty good, actually. If you equip a monster from your deck with this effect, you cannot special summon a monster with the same name for the rest of this turn. So, first up, this is good generic Union support, bundled up into a fresh Link 2. Now, good news is for those of you ABC players out there, you get to literally equip from the deck, because this guy's a light monster. They were extremely gracious in that, giving us the ability to tutor for this as well. So, good news, machine, light, synergy with the ABC deck. Kind of bundled up. Outside of that, you only get to equip for an extra boost, and you only get one. I'm disappointed most about the Link arrows. If they were like this and like this, I think this would have been good for ABC spam, but I think they wanted to limit this to a little bit of a degree. Outside of that, fantastic support card for the deck. Self-equip onto itself for 2k with a piece, if you can. If not, you know, like, you got other stuff in the deck that you can equip if you can't actually do that. But also the restriction on it, not being able to summon another one that turn. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. Alright. Oh, please. This thing is a Link 2. I almost would have said that Ancient Gears needed a Link 1 to be good, but it's fine. I think Link 2 can get us there. So, Ancient Gear Ballistic Shooter, okay? You can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn each. So this card is Link Summon. You can add one Ancient Gear monster or Gear Town from your deck to your hand. Well, that's something that we straight needed right away. The deck has needed more ways to search for monsters, and being able to also search for Gear Town in the pure version is really good. Like, I wish it could search for Ancient Gear Catapult, but that's fine. And then you can target one spell or trap card you control and one face-up monster opponent controls. Destroy the card that you control, and if you do, the opponent's monster attack and defense becomes 0. Oh, okay, so we're just trying to make Ancient Gear a good deck. Something we've always needed was to give Ancient Gears the ability to attack over 0 monsters and make their life even easier for things. That's really good. So, I'm also seeing here this is 2 Earth Machines to make this old gadget's got a little bit more consistency here. Hear me out here. I wish this would have been generic. It's just power crazy hungry Robbie here going, could have been better, but they don't want to. Having a generic search card for Gear Town seems a little bit disastrous. Also, you know, being able to tutor for any Ancient Gear monster, making it generic, I think would have been a bad idea. So, the 2 Earth Machines is fine. The arrows are alright. Not a super big fan of them. I guess you only need one zone to, you know, Ancient Gear your opponents to death. But, I don't know. Card's alright for generic support. Can't really give it all the thumbs up in the world, but okay. It's Ancient Gear support. You know, we take that where we can get it. This is supposed to, from what I have heard so far, this was probably the best support card that was hearing about tonight. So, Extra Hero, Hell Divisor. Generic, double hero, and it's got left down and straight down. Alright. So, you can only use this card's first effect once per turn. Alright, so if this card is Link Summoned, you can reveal one hero fusion monster from your extra deck, and add up to 2 fusion materials with different names listed on it from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except for hero monsters. Whew! Boy, oh boy. So, it needs specific named fusions. So, we can add Flamewing, or we can reveal Flamewing Man and add Avian and Burstinatrix, Thunder Colossus. This card is good, don't get me wrong. It's just you can't add the generic elements from your deck to your hand. You can't add like Liquid Man off of revealing an absolute 0. And I do see why this is a good sport. And then Fiend Monsters, this card points to gain attack and defense equal to its level times 100. So, hey Malicious Bane, I heard that you wanted a little bit more love. Well, now you can OTK your opponent even easier now with Malicious Bane. Also, the fact this is another generic hero, and it's also dark to allow you to make it. But that tutor ability for the specific names is what's going to carry this card on its back, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what hero players will devise with this, given that this is another extender fundamentally for the deck. So, buckle up. I'm excited to see where this one goes. Now, we also have the Reptilian Link monster. Oh no, you Link 2'd it. No, reptiles will never be good. Just kidding. So it's 2 monsters, including a reptile. So we're effectively generic aliens. So, you can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn. So if this card is Link Summoned, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0. Okay, I get it. During your main phase, you can add up to a number of reptile monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, up to the number of monsters with 0 attack your opponent controls. And you can non-special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for reptile monsters. This is hot garbage. Okay, so first up, the fact that I have to make something 0 to be able to get at least one search is a bit absurd in my opinion. This should have been a Link 1. We should have just gone, alright, 200, blink something down, and allow you to play the deck. That should have been what we needed. Your best case scenario here, if your opponent's got a full board of 6 monsters, you can tutor for 6 different reptile monsters with different names and add them to your hand. I just want to let that be known that you could do that technically if they got a full field. But outside of that, this card should have been a Link 1. Blinking something to 0 is pretty okay, but Link 2, come on. I don't want to have to rescue Rabbit into alien shenanigans to... I'm not even justifying this. Card is bad. Somebody prove me wrong, I guess. Like, try to do something with this, and let's see what the community can actually come up with. If not, I think that this card is going to be a big flopperino for me. Like, ugh. And then the last one of the night, we got the Bloom Harmonist, the Melodious Virtuoso. Okay. It's 2 fairy monsters. Alright, this is generic. I'll take that. If this card is Link Summoned, you can discard 1 card, special summon 2 Melodious monsters with different levels from your deck to your zones that this card points to in defense mode. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this except for Melodious monsters. Well, that's really good. And if a Melodious monster that this card points to attacks, your opponent can activate cards or effects till the end of the damage step. 2 monsters, 2 generic fairies to make this. And then, I guess, I look at this, I'm like, okay, so you're locked into Melodious monsters for the turn after you use this. So you're not going to be able to cheese Link 4. You're not going to be able to do any of that. The good news is you can make more Melodious monsters. What the deck actually wants to do, you can actually play the game. And it's literally just a cost discard 1. So, effectively, 2 cards minus 1, you get ashed. You kind of walk away and you call it a day at that point. It's kind of what this feels like. And then I guess you get the Ancient Gear effect to jam your opponent when your Melodious monster attacks. Like, seems okay. Outside of that, Melodious monster's pretty alright. This was good support. I don't like this card. Hero card's bonkers. This card's so good. Ancient Gear monsters, more searching is what this deck needed, especially generically. Like, good job on this. And the Union Carrier is looking pretty good as well. Anytime I can get an extra 1,000 attack on a monster for no real reason, we take those. Arrows could have been a little bit better, but I mean, you can't have your cake and you know, have your cake. Like, not everything can be broken. So, what do you guys think about these cards? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Well, I'm out, guys. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.